Looking at it from a most basic and fundamental level, it is a tool. And it can be used for good purposes, and it can be used for evil purposes. And that's true of any tool. A hammer could be used to build a house, or a hammer could be used to murder somebody. A firearm could be used to defend innocent people. It could be used to murder innocent people. And I think the same is true for artificial intelligence. When used properly as a tool, it can help mankind ease the burden of labor, produce more material prosperity, solve some of the big problems that humanity has been facing for basically all of its existence. But and there's a big but here, right? It's kind of like nuclear weapons. It also has more destructive potential than probably anything else in the entire history of mankind. You know, a nuclear bomb could take out a city. Here we're talking about a tool, a technology that could take out the world, that could take out humanity. And when you look at the people who are creating this, when you look at the people who are designing this, when you look at a most basic level, we're talking about computer code here. When you look at the people who are coding this, many of them have documented incredibly nefarious intentions. They believe there's too many of us on the planet. They believe that we're better off without individual rights, that we're better off being ruled by them. And so when you take a tool that powerful and you put it in the hands of people that evil, you're asking for trouble, Jeffries. It can surveil you and monitor everything you do, every click you make on the internet, every text message you send, all of it gathered up into supercomputers, processed through algorithms, run through artificial intelligence to determine the significance of it. Not only can it monitor and surveil all of that, it can then start manipulating the physical environment. When you start combining it with robotics, when you start combining it with weapons systems, when you start combining it with the education of our children, which is one of the big areas that I have looked at, people don't realize that AI has already invaded the classroom. Right? In 2019, the UN brought together governments in Beijing. They came out with the Beijing Consensus Agreement on Artificial Intelligence and Education. And they're openly calling for, governments are openly calling for here, with the help of the UN, using AI, not just to gather all this data on what your children believe, what they think, how they think, but also using these tools to manipulate and change their attitudes, their beliefs, their fundamental worldview. So we're talking about something here that can not just watch and surveil everything you do, but that it also can start manipulating the things that you do. And so a lot of the central planners of previous decades, previous generations who thought, hey, we'll control everything, they said, well, we don't have enough data, we don't have enough computing power. We're now crossing that Rubicon. And for humanity, this is an incredible time, and a time filled with incredible danger.